Um, the rest of the world is watching this election with bated breath. I think we saw with some of the isolationist policies of the first Trump administration, the rest of the world, without strong American leadership, tends to wander. And if anything, those figures in the first Trump administration who were, saying stay in NATO, stay strong in terms of our alliances, have basically all been disappeared. It is one of the things I wish the Harris campaign had done more of was point out that the leading national security officials under President Trump, his chief of staff, John Kelly, his secretary of defense, John Mattis, his chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, all three have said they don't want Trump back in the White House. That is unprecedented. And I think because they believe that a second Donald Trump administration will even be more isolationist, will potentially withdraw from our alliances, and that will make the world a more dangerous place, not just in terms of standing by against Russian aggression in Ukraine, which could very easily, if you were to get a green light, move into the Baltic states and Poland and literally start an Article 5 breach. It could mean in terms of not building up strong alliances to counter China. I mean, Donald Trump has talked tough about China, but you've not heard him talk about the critical role that the Philippines, that South Korea, that Japan, that other nations in the region will play. We've got a lot of the rest of the world that, I think about. I've spent a lot of time recently on the conflict where more people are dying every day than Gaza and Ukraine combined, and that is the bloody conflict in Sudan. And we've heard from Donald Trump the complete disdain he has for Africa. Africa which has got the fastest growing population in the world, where most of the critical rare earth minerals are, where a whole lot of African nations, frankly, are dissatisfied customers from China's Belt and Road Initiative and would welcome greater collaboration with America. They're not expecting any of that. With a Donald Trump, if he were to win. With Kamala Harris, I think you will have someone that realizes America has to lead, will continue to lead. And whether from Tim's position on the Armed Services Committee and Foreign Relations Committee, Tim Kaine understands that America is strong not just because of our military, but because of our alliances and our continued investments in technology. I see this from the Intelligence Committee standpoint. We are in a competition, particularly with China, about national security now that's more than tanks and guns and ships and planes. Tim Kaine understands that. I think I understand that. I think Kamala Harris does. I can't say so much to the same about Tim's opponent or, for that matter, Mr. Trump.